long time.
Mm-hmm.
But in my defense, it was a hurricane. There's a lot of shit going on in Houston.
Hurricane.
And life has been lifing. But hey, look, we made it. So welcome to episode 14 of the We Don't Judge podcast. I am TJ with my co-host Sherry.
Hello.
And our guest today is Senpai Gaki or Ki. And we're just happy to be here. So we're gonna do like a short catch up ish. So it felt like 3,000 years ago. We went to BlerdCon, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
we did go to
we went to BlerdCon.
That was the last time you recorded was before we went to BlerdCon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
And
Shit, but we did. Well, a hurricane did happen right before we went to BlerdCon.
and the city was in the dark for like 3,000 years. No lights. Thank you, Centerpoint. Fuck you, Rick Perry.
That's not all Rick Perry's fault. And don't
Greg
forget
Abbott.
to Greg Abbott and the rest of them
Boy.
Republicans.
Boy.
But that's not today's episode. We'll be telling you how to vote much later, I promise. Not today, though. Anyway, while I was at BlerdCon, I ran into Senpai Gaki, and she had a panel on Kink 101. Luckily, because Hito knows everybody, she knows Hito, and Hito did a thing, and she's from Houston, too. So here we are.
I'm not from Houston.
You live in Houston. Same, no different.
I am from Los Angeles, California. I'm not from Houston. I live in Houston.
You live in Houston. All right, so we're going to get started. The icebreaker for this week is about Bishop T.D. Jakes, who has a love album. He has a Making Love album.
That entire sentence was wild.
That whole "Have you ever been swallowed?" sounds so much different.
Okay, so I don't know if
Have
I'm
you
the
been
only
swallowed?
former church kid sitting here,
Mm.
but the album is not new. I think it came out in the mid 2000s because the idea was that it was the Christians need to be, being sensual with each other, and it was they're trying to change perspective of, I guess, of purity culture. Like, we need not to just not talk about sex. We need to make sure that y'all are having healthy sexual relationships. Now, why it had to be an album with like gospel overtones, slow jam gospel, I don't know. But the album
Backbone
itself,
After Jesus Is Real is wild.
Oh my God.
wait,
I can understand the concept. I remember watching something from a part of a conversation where they were saying, especially us in our generation, like, we're moving away from the church because it's not relatable. And they're trying to speak to us in a language that they feel that we can understand. However, that particular project missed the mark.
and I want to say, and I'm not sure, but I think Tamala Man and David Man also have like a slow jams album, but their songs are secular. Because I get what they're saying, because I remember the whole, like, when you get to the real holy people who are like, I don't listen to secular music. Sir, like you said, getting your backbone out to Jesus Is Real is absolutely insane. You not setting the mood with that.
But talking directly to the pink elephant in the room, church people are nasty.
Yes,
Oh,
they are.
They
I
are
mean-
absolutely nasty. So why I feel like this is what do they call it? Weaponized incompetence, because you knew what to do better, but you still needed to look like you were making an effort as opposed to you're very well versed.
Well, because so like, and this is the thing with more progressive pastors, right? They say things like, we know that Christians have sex or there wouldn't be little Christians. Like, I remember being at a church once, when I was in college and I was in a choir visiting, and the pastor was like, "Our children's ministry is booming, so we know that y'all are out here doing the things. Let's actually like talk about it from a different perspective of wait until marriage, because we not doing that. You not doing that. I'm not doing that. We not doing that."
No.
Ooh.
Who actually has?
In
what culture and what religion are they actually?
My best friend,
Mm-hmm.
swear to God, and all of us in our friend circle was like, "You did your big one." She did wait until marriage. She did wait until marriage, and she did her big one. And
did she get lucky and marry somebody who was sexually compatible?
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
But that's why I don't like it.
But I don't. It wasn't a. In her defense, it wasn't a I am waiting because of religion. Mm-hmm. It is more like a I am waiting because I wanted to find someone that I did want to have this connection with before I did it, and it just so happened to have happened when she was married.
I think I know someone else who waited to marriage. He's a pastor, and he's a PK, and I am 60% sure he waited to marriage. I heard that look you did, but
that's because PKs are terrible.
PKs are terrible. His brothers and his sisters all was wilding, but him, if he was wilding, he really kept it to the. That's nobody know.
That's more likely. That's more likely.
He is the most Christianest Christian I know. I might bring him up here because I don't know. I might bring him up here. I
waited till marriage.
I won't be here.
You ready to marriage?
I'm waiting till.
Oh, ready to marriage. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So as you can see, I am in my Attack on Titan cosplay. Key is in her Sailor Moon cosplay. And we're in cosplay because we're talking about Blerds for our kinky. It's a lot of kinky Blerds. I'm not saying every kinky person is a nerd, but I have yet to meet a nerd who was not kinky. So the kink of the week this week is role play. I don't have as much experience in role play as I want. Mm-hmm. I keep saying, "Ooh, I want to do this. Ooh, this sounds like a dope ass idea." I just never get around doing this shit. Like, one of the things I want to do is I want to go to like a bar or something and see my partner, but like I gotta pull my partner.
Okay.
You know, I just want to do someone like walk up like, "Hey, what's up? I'm such and such." Da da da. And then I gotta pull you and see like.
You think you have the riz to pull your partner?
Fuck no, I got it in the first place.
That's some self-awareness right there.
Nah, nigga. I ain't got it. So, Sherry, Key, do you participate in role play? Do you have some ideas you want to do? Do you fucking cosplay?
I have a lot of ideas.
What are your ideas?
But because like that one would be dope. Mm-hmm. And it has to be like completely different. Like we go shopping for brand new, like I've never seen you in these clothes before. You're in a rental. If we, you take me back to a hotel, it has to be like we really don't have that familiarity between us.
So you gotta commit. Like he Uber there or you Uber there, whatever. Then okay, yeah.
You gotta commit to it.
Mm-hmm. Go all the way out. But then I'm also like, but in that situation, I can get with us not, or not knowing each other. Mm-hmm. But as far as role play, I don't know if I could get into being somebody else. I want to be me, but just be vulnerable to a completely new experience. Mm. And how do I blossom in this brand new experience, but still as me?
I see where you're going with that. I don't know. Like, Okay. So let me tell you what I did last night. So last night, I was requested to top a person, but they wanted me to top them in my Nanami cosplay.
Okay.
And so Nanami is on this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, and he's more famous for pulling this woman's hair. Like
Nanami fights demons.
He also fights demons, but
or curses. Sorry, not demons, curses. Nanami fights curses.
They gonna beat me up about that shit. I don't watch JJK. I watched the movie, but that's not the point. Anyway, the scene that I keep seeing and what has him so popular is that he pulls this girl hair. I think he punches her too, but it's mostly for him the way he pulls her hair.
And he chokes people with his tie.
Look at the glee.
The way you just said that.
The glee, like, and he chokes
What?
her with a tie.
He does.
I didn't know that. I just know the hair pull. So while I'm doing the scene, I'm pulling her hair up like this, looking at her eye like he did, and asking questions about the scene. Like, hey, are you showing yourself? Why are you like this? Are you being a good girl for Nanami? She's like, yes. She had these little doe eyes and shit. It was the whole thing. And I'm like, alright.
So
that sounds kind of lit.
At BlerdCon, there was a whole lot of Nanamis. There's this one gorgeous Nanami. She was tall, and then she had on heels. And then I have to show you the picture later.
Okay.
I instantly was like, can you please pull my hair? And when she did it, instant doe-eyed subby face. Like, oh my God. First of all, you're fucking gorgeous. And secondly, like, yes, please.
All right. So, role play. Y'all should get into it. Get into a cosplay. Get into...
I don't think I fucked in cosplay.
You haven't fucked in cosplay?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
I want to say, because I just had a moment,
yes.
As somebody who is not part of that scene, but I would say
Cherry was like,
those...
I just want to make y'all know that I'm cool.
No.
I'm
not like that. Because there's some people who are like, what the fuck? Like, there's some people who just straight up don't watch anime. They just don't know they don't know. If you want a good way to get into role play to see if it is for you, whether you're partnered or like whatever, Halloween. If you're already in
costume, I guess if
try to create a moment still in costume and just see how you feel about it, and then maybe you could branch off from there.
Oh, that's a good tip. I like that.
That is a good tip, and I think if I count that, then yeah, I've definitely fucked in costume. I don't think I fucked in cosplay. Although I have like a ton of these. Like, this is literally lingerie. And I have 4 of these. I have a storm, I have a raven, I have this one, and then I have one that's just like a kawaii print. And now nerd girls are making the lingerie, so I guess that counts.
That is kind of hot the streets. The little nerdy cosplay lingerie things. That is hot. All right, so let's get to our main topic, which is kinky nerdy.
You're not gonna ask what got.
Oh snap! I did. I'm sorry. I missed a thing. So Key, what got you aroused last week?
All right. So listen, there's a show on Hulu. The show is called Reasonable Doubt. Okay. In my vanilla life, I play a lawyer, so I do like law, legal dramas, and like there's this legal drama. This one has Morris Chestnut. Okay. The main character's name is Jax. Jax does some fuck shit, again, like behind Morris Chestnut's back. He's another lawyer. And he comes to her house and he's telling her off and yelling at her. Jax's husband comes out of nowhere and was like, basically, I don't give a fuck who you are. The next time you raise your voice at my wife, I'm going to show you what a real nigga looks like. And I was like, whew. It was that you could tell me what to do moment. I was like,
I'm with you when you're right.
What got me aroused?
You
just completely just.
I mean, I
You
don't.
walk
Anyway.
past it. Right.
No, okay.
Tell us what got you aroused, CJ.
Yeah, I'm talking. Got me aroused. I don't know what to say to that. Like, ooh, Morris Chestnut. Ooh, Morris Chestnut.
Well, Morris
It's
Chestnut
not
was the one. It wasn't Morris
It's
Chestnut.
Morris
'Cause
It was the.
It was the
So it was just the action.
right.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck who you are. Yell
That-
at my wife again.
That protection
Right.
is sexy as hell.
Okay, I can feel that. I feel that. What got me aroused last week? Actually, I'm a cheat. It was like 2 weeks ago. We was at high frequency a couple weeks ago. Hey Tay, and and I ran into one of my favorite female doms, Red Velvet, and
Sorry.
I am a switch, but it's an energy thing, and Red Velvet pulls it out of me every time.
Mm.
And it's like she does on accident, but once she realizes
I don't
she does
think
it,
she does it on accident.
maybe not anymore.
She does it very purposely. I've
Um,
watched her do this.
and she pulls out my subby side, and it is so cute.
The way you're kicking your feet under the
Oh, nigga, it's a whole-
is adorable.
Oh, you have to see this, Sherry.
It's
You-
adorable.
You have to see this.
And I read she just pulled it out and just had me like a little slutty bottom for like a hot 10 seconds. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go.
The two things are not diametrically opposed.
Right.
You can be both a man and a slutty bottom.
Two things are true.
Mhm.
I know a lot of slutty. I know like 2 other slutty bottoms men, but okay, it is. It's true. I know a couple slutty bottoms. Like no, they really be. They get to flowing. They get to flowing.
So being operating in your bottom space, in your little letter for red, that did it for you.
Yeah, that did it for me. Yeah. It is just amazing the way that you just pull that shit right on out of you. Like it's crazy. It is. And then because I'm a switch, I want to eventually see how to operate in like both spaces at this. I don't want to say like the same time, but like the same party or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I don't know words. I don't know.
I had a time where that happened. I'm also a switch. At the time, I was a pro dom, and I had a wild pro dom scene. And then after that scene was over, immediately went to my partner's house where I was subby faced and doe-eyed. It was a wild ride. Needed ride, but it was wild. I'd do it again.
I'm not mad at it.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
No, that reminds me of a question somebody asked me, and I still don't have an answer. Hey, how do you turn off your brain to receive pleasure?
That's a loaded question. Cause I struggle with that.
No,
I struggle with that for real. It's hard being able to completely just turn it off when you skip me.
I don't know either, cause like they was giving me a hand job. They like, I want you to turn off your brain and receive pleasure. I was like, nigga, what? I don't know how to do that.
How do I do that?
And so instead of me turn off my brain, that just kicked off a whole.
Now
nother,
you're overthinking.
Now whole nother thoughts. Like, wait,
Am I doing this wrong? Like,
have I always been doing this wrong?
Jesus.
And it's became like a question. It's something that I really like been wondering. Like, how do I turn off my brain and just be like, nah.
you can't shove somebody into that. You have to start with the practice first,
I was gonna say,
and then build it up.
So it's a practice in mindfulness. So your brain doesn't automatically shut off, right? So my brain does not shut off in me receiving pleasure until I don't know, until I'm way deep in the scene, and then I'm like, oh, my brain is fuzzy. This is great. It's almost like when I'm smoking or on shrooms or whatever, don't do drugs. And like you get that moment where you're like, oh no, wait, I'm high. It's the same thing. But once you start practicing mindfulness, instead of turning your brain off, what you're doing is you're cluing your brain to being present in the moment. So I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm only thinking about this feeling. I'm breathing. I'm thinking about my breath. I'm being intentional with my breath. I'm acknowledging the feelings that I have, the physical feelings that I'm feeling. So it's not a practice of turning off your brain as it is a practice of refocusing your brain.
Okay.
And so it starts with just a daily practice of mindfulness, like mindful breathing and mindful eating and making your brain tune into the sensations that you're feeling, so that when you are receiving pleasure, you are
mindful of it.
You're in that moment.
Okay.
So I have anxiety, I'm an overthinker. My mind could be a million places at once, but when I intentionally slow down and I intentionally cue my mind into no, this is where we are. This is where we are. It's a practice. It is not perfect.
You know what? I think I'm gonna try and do this. Try and be more mindful of being in the moment to receive pleasure, because I can't come from head. I think I can't come from head because I have ADHD too, and
don't blame that on ADHD. I have ADHD. I come from head.
Okay, that's good for you. Me. I'm going with.
Don't blame that on ADHD.
That's what I'm going with, because I've ran into, especially with seeing my past couple partners and stuff, the Hall of Fame of fucking dick suckers, and damn shit wasn't them. All right, so this week we're trying to figure out why are Blerds so kinky. Everyone
for those who don't speak the language.
Okay,
what
a blerd is a black nerd. The term came. The creator of the term was Larry Wilmore. He used to be a writer on The Daily Show. There we go. And he was the host of it for a hot little second too. And he came up with the term blerd, which stands for black nerd, which is just what it sounds like. Black people that like nerdy shit. Or at one point when I was younger, I was into white people shit. The umbrella of nerddom is so big. There's wrestling nerds, there's Harry Potter nerds, there is Twilight, anime. Anime nerds get most of the shine at this particular moment because it's cool to be an anime nerd. Shouts out to Megan Thee Stallion. And the way the young people have just been doing this thing, that's like a whole person, like a real whole person.
No, you're not wrong.
Well, keep going.
The way they have took over and changed the space, I am both in awe and low-key jealous, because I wish there was a DreamCon when I was in my 20s. I wish there was a BlerdCon when I was younger. But going to these spaces and watching them get to be themselves, it's pretty cool. I like so it. Yeah, it's.
Well, we created that space for them. So, one, nerddoms are whatever you're into. It's whatever you are hyper focused on, whatever your specialty is, whatever gets you going, right? I would say that we could take it down to the makeup girlies or makeup nerds, right? Because somebody could look at, oh, well, you need to do this and this and contour this, and girl, I don't know. I put the shit on my face and keep going. But if it is the thing that you're hyper into, right, that can be your realm of nerddom. Millennials created this space because we didn't have it. So once we began to get older and had the internet, and the internet began to age with us, we started carving out these spaces for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as these spaces are carved out for general public, you know that Black people have to carve out their own space because the general public space is not necessarily safe and accepting of us because we are both things, right? Like anti-Blackness is global and
racism is consistent, baby.
As I told my mom, racism is undefeated in the United States, honestly. And so we began to create these spaces, I guess, as like healing processes and spaces for ourselves.
Yeah.
And like our children and nieces and nephews and the generation under us begin to then profit from us creating these spaces, and they make it wildly their own. So the space wasn't available for us because we hadn't made it. So we made the space for ourselves, which makes the space available. And the Gen Zers and the Gen Alphas, they
come into it.
Yeah.
Sherry, what kind of nerd are you?
That Harry Potter really resonated with me. Really, really did. Honestly, I don't really know what other that I'm really, really into.
It's Harry Potter. Don't you fuck with me heavy, so I know you're a nerd like that.
Okay, Ravenclaw, bro.
You're a Ravenclaw too?
See, look at Harry Potter game.
But you know what? Okay, so I was having like multiple thoughts happening while y'all were talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so first of all, I wanted to shout out Megan Thee Stallion because I feel like Baby is so I feel like as far as Houston female rap, she did what just Britney couldn't. And then when it comes to the whole anime scene, she's doing what Nicki Minaj tried to do with the whole Chun-Li. Like, it had a little moment, but it's not this, you know what I mean? Like, the level for Megan is very, very
different. You know what?
I think the difference is that Megan is a nerd. Right. Like, she didn't, it wasn't I looked at Japanese culture, I like pink, I like this, and this is what I wanted to do.
Right. Baby really does this.
Right. Megan is a nerd.
Yeah.
She is an active nerd who just happens to be fine as fuck and a fire-ass rapper.
Okay.
And so she brings that part of her identity into what is her workspace, right? Mm-hmm. Like the same way that my kids, when I was in the classroom, knew I was a nerd because you walk in my classroom and it's Sailor Moon shit behind my desk.
Right. But see, and that was the other thought that I had. Back in the day when we were kids, Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, it wasn't looked at as anime. It was just what everybody was into it. Everybody was watching.
Okay, so like for me, my intro to anime was Dragon Ball. And I seen Pokemon, but I didn't think Pokemon was an anime. I just thought Pokemon was like a regular cartoon. But like Dragon Ball Z, from Dragon Ball Z, I went into Hellsing. From Hellsing, I watched Ninja Scroll. And then it just kept going. I put it down for a second. So like, as far as me being a nerd, like, cause my realm is like wrestling, comic books, and I watch some anime. I only watch the popular anime, so like to anime nerds, like, nah, you're not a real anime nerd because you only like Attack on Titan, or you only like Dragon Ball. Or
but those things when we were kids, it wasn't considered nerdy. Everybody was watching wrestling. Everybody was, you know what I mean?
Where
it was
you
just
growing up.
Oh, in Galveston County. Everybody did. Like, I remember, like, in elementary school, we would come into class and you could hear everybody's talking about, the wrestling, watching wrestling last night. Or, it wasn't nerdy. It was just what everybody was into.
Yeah, but then it's like, I think the point that makes it nerdy is, like, how into and how focused you are, or whatever, right? I think that's what makes it nerdy. Like, I cosplay, and I'm like, I cosplay, but not a lot of people cosplay. I'm not fit to walk around like the street unless I'm going to like a event or something. But like, I see cosplays, I'm like, ooh, that looks dope. I don't know how to sew, but luckily for me, they have Amazon, and I can just get off Amazon or put together something from out my closet. I'm entering a cosplay context next year when I go to the next BlerdCon, and it's me pulling stuff out my closet and painting my face purple and see what happens. I'm gonna get a grill too. I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Okay, so do you think kink and nerdiness go hand in hand?
I am not going to say that they go hand in hand, but I'm going to say that sometimes the Venn diagram that is kink and nerddom is a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you on that. I have yet to, like, not everybody in kink is nerdy. I have yet to meet a nerdy person that wasn't kinky. So maybe it's me in the circle I'm in.
I saw a TikTok that might like connect. And again, if I had unlimited money and resources, I would actually get my degree, like a sociology degree or anthropology degree, just to study this. Specifically like in Black people, why kink and nerds go together real bad. But I saw this TikTok where it was like, well, kink was pretty much invented by autistic people because it requires you to have a lot of rules. It gives everyone an assigned role. You get to like control the sensations and all of the things. And these are the things that happen in like an autistic or neuro spicy mind. And so I was like, well, if I see this and I see why I'm so drawn to it. But also to be like safely in kink, this is something you have to hyper focus on. So maybe it does tinkle the brain. And that's like to me like a in general thing, right? Like to be in kink, to be in leather culture, you're already alternative. And to do it safely and properly, you have studied, you have worked. This has been something that has been a hyper focus of yours. And so, yeah, it makes the line in my head make sense.
Yeah.
So that's how you discover your interest in kink? Like, oh, wait, I need things to be like this and like this.
I discovered my interest in kink because I found that I like to tell boys what to do, and I like to see boys do things for me. And when I honestly began to realize there's something wrong with me, I was in high school. I was not safe, and I was using real ass wax on boys because they would let me. And they would let me because I was a virgin and they wanted to be my first. And so I would leverage this.
Wow, giving these the 3rd-degree burns.
I never gave anybody a 3rd-degree burn, but that boy definitely let me pour actual candle wax on him for months.
Little boys out there, or little girls, little people out there, please do not use real life candles.
Big people too.
Big people too.
There are actual
not use candles from
made for wax play.
Bath and Body Works, from the dollar store,
I was gonna say
or whatever.
99-cent only store, baby. I was poor growing up.
For wax play. There are actual candles for that. The more you know. I really need. We need to make that a graphic, yo. I need the more you know.
I was gonna say, you said Bath and Body Works, baby. She was poor growing up. She did not afford Bath and Body Works candles.
Just giving niggas 3rd-degree burns out of here, like, yo, that's crazy.
They weren't 3rd-degree burns, but like he did let me pour wax on him a lot.
That's wild.
All because he wanted to be my first, and then still didn't end up being my first.
Please keep the candles away from your baby. Shit. So, oh, look, a candle. Nope, give me that. So, in what ways has your nerddom and kink come together? Are you saying Expelliarmus?
No.
Look at your partner.
No.
So that nigga Lumos. Lumos.
No.
That's not something a Ravenclaw would do.
Okay.
That's not even something a Ravenclaw would do.
I only watch the movies. I don't know, but I just like.
Oh yeah. No, baby. No, baby.
Point at
No.
his pants. Spell it, young.
No, baby.
Yeah, daddy.
No.
Yeah.
I can't. I really can't stand him.
I
really
can't
can't.
either. I can't either. He tickles himself.
How we got here?
I don't know, but y'all choose to show up and be here. Y'all choose to be here. You choose to be here every 2
You
weeks.
asked me to be here.
I did ask you to be here. She chooses to be here every 2 weeks. I don't know.
Oh, that's the mascus.
Low point mascus, psycho mascus.
Yeah. What was the question?
The question. I'm sorry to be the question again. In what ways has your nerddom and kink? What ways has your nerddom and your kink come together?
So for me, what I think is the way a lot of nerddom is fantasy, it is, extraordinary and beyond the tangible. That part of it very much talks to that part of kink where it's like a whole secret where like not everybody knows this.
Right.
Not everybody can do this. It's like being magical. It's how okay. Because it's like being a witch. Yeah. I can literally make anything I want to happen right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that part that lives right here. That walks around with me all the time. So, yeah.
I think it shows up so much because I'm my realm of nerddom is so vast. Like I'm an anime nerd, I'm a book nerd, I'm a history nerd. Like it's so vast that it shows up because it's a part of me, right? So like
where you go, it goes too.
I mean, I'll come to a scene in something like this. This is very nerdy, or okay, so. My partner got me a Kindle for Christmas, but he gave it to me after Christmas because I won Christmas. We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
His new thing, what I've learned, is that because I read smut novels, he wants to hear me read the smut out loud during a scene. So, so like I'm reading the things that are happening while he is doing the things. So like that's a way that it comes in. My scene name is Senpai Gaki. It literally means leader brat in Japanese because that is who and what I am. I love when my bottoms say yes senpai or notice me senpai because it does a thing. It does a thing right here.
Yeah.
It's a tingle. So because it's like uniquely me, and it's the unique way that I show up and operate most spaces, because there's nothing I learned a long time ago that I can't hide my nerdiness. I can't hide it. When I try to hide it, when I try to play cool, then somebody says something that's either wildly incorrect and I have to go on this tangent and correct them. Or they say something that sparks my interest, and then now everybody knows, oh, that's her shit. And so no longer hiding how I operate space and who I am. Like my nerdiness is how I present.
No, I understand. Because I too was never one of the cool. Were you a cool kid, Sherry, when you was in high school?
No.
Okay, like I was never a cool kid. So, I guess I tried to like cover it when I was younger, and it was like, yeah, I got all these comics, but don't worry about that, yo. Let's talk about like what's going on. Like how about we leave me alone? Oh, nigga, you still read comic books in high school? Yes, bitch, fuck you, like I do. But because I was never a cool kid. I do like the way a lot of. Let me not say I like the way a lot of cool kids are showing up.
I don't want them in my space.
because it.
You can't sit with us.
Because that's what the
Yes
fuck they
and no.
used to say to me. Oh, she's a weirdo. And now
everybody
you got
wants
on
to
the
be a
Sailor Moon
weirdo.
tiara? Fuck you. No.
But I think, like, I'm getting off into a thing. So, like, the difference between DreamCon and BlerdCon to me is
That's not the question.
that's not okay.
Mm-mm.
I said I was getting off then. All right.
Mm.
Anyway, I'll
That's
save
not
that
the
rant for
question.
later.
There you go. In what ways does your nerddom and your kink come together?
The most recent way is me topping people in cosplay.
She doesn't know how to be a guest.
She don't.
She got the takeover spirit. Tough.
I do not.
Tough.
It's okay.
I do not. I just know, like, I'm looking at the time,
Look at
and
the
I
time.
just know that he's about to go on a 20-minute rant, and we only got 20 minutes of the show left.
No, I got it. I make the things work. Anywho, but my newest thing is topping and cosplay. That's one way my nerddom and kink comes together. Another way is I call myself the pussy. I call myself the pussy. Sure. Because that I make puddles and I can make women squirt. And it was like, didn't say it was a thing at the time, and it still is a thing, but I'm just talking shit and I just boom, there you go. New nickname on top of whatever nicknames I have. That's another way.
Question for both of you.
Yes.
Okay, so money being no object, you have Transformers, Marvel, Marvel level makeup artists. Who is your dream character to cosplay? Where you can do it all the way up, exactly how you have it pictured in your mind.
Ooh, Thanos.
Okay.
But it's gonna be Thanos or Kid Buu, but it's gonna be like a black version of it. Yes, I'm black. I'm blackly black.
We've had this conversation about your nigga Thanos, so go ahead.
And so I want to do pretty much a nigga Thanos. He's gonna have a grill. He's gonna have a family belt buckle. Gamora's gonna be in the clouds. That's the whole thing. But the Kid Buu would be more intense because I get to put the pink latex on and like do like little face makeup. He's gonna have on some black Air Force Ones and a gold chain because Kid Buu is the
epitome.
Is the epitome of black Air
head.
Force energy.
I got it in my head. He's a hood Thanos, and like Gamora is airbrushed on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And some clouds.
With an infinity grill.
I see the vision.
Do you?
I see the vision.
I'm glad you do.
I support that.
I'm glad he got support.
Yeah.
From
nice
somewhere.
Like a Paul Wall grill too. Have like the diamonds on the side. Yeah. That should be lit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I would be, honestly. It is probably one of the fantasy characters from a book. There's a book series. Matter of fact, I know it's a fantasy character from a book. There's a book series called The Mead Mishaps. The Mead Mishaps are absolutely hilarious. It's like the time I got drunk and saved a demon, the time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion at a werewolf, the time I got drunk and did something with a dragon. I can't remember what the last book is called, but they're absolutely hilarious. They're written by a Black woman. Please read them.
Please be careful. That's a wild rabbit hole to go through. One of the people I'm talking to become that partner, whatever, reads a bunch of smut and stuff like that. And she's like, there's a book called Triceratops and Bottoms about this woman that goes back in time to fuck a Triceratops. I swear to God, this is a real thing. And when she told me about it, I was laughing. And then a couple days later on my TikTok, it pops up. I'm like, oh, wow, this is... then there's like a book she read about her fucking her door.
Unhinged. That's the name of the book. It's Unhinged.
You know the name of this book is wild.
Unhinged is the name of the book where the lady, well, okay, so the door turns into a human. Anyway, I have not read it.
There is a lid for every pot.
There is a lid for every pot.
It is so many holes. How do you make room for both the nerdy and kinky things that you like?
You looking at? I was gonna say you looking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Sherry.
I combine them. I read also a lot of smut and some of my favorite. Like, I've been a reader for a long time. Like, I read the Harry Potter books as they were being published and coming out. And so then I grew up and started branching out to other artists. And there's a lot, like Larissa Ion and Sherilyn Kenyon. They have these, they do these whole series.
Yeah.
And it's, it's demons. It's the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. It's vampires and all. And it's very, very, very
Ooh, I fuck with vampires.
I'm reading it's not as smutty as it is like very intense. One of my friends got me onto it and now I have to share the trauma to everyone. Okay. So it's called Psycho Fae is the for Psycho Shifters. So it's the Psycho Shifters realm. So it's like Psycho Fae, Psycho Shifters, Psycho Fae, Psycho Beast. And they are in these realms fighting for their lives and being lusty. And there's plenty of like shifting and fae and knots and all the things. It's amazing. I would also read Third Street Conjure Boys by I can't think of the person who wrote it.
Text it to me.
I will.
And all I did was read Zane.
Zane
and Eric Jerome Dickey got
Who
me here.
didn't?
I was like, Zane is like, so that's to me is the issue with the young ones now is they don't read. As a former English teacher, I can attest. Mm-hmm. They do not read. But they read like, and the ones who read like these Wattpad books they're written by like other children and people like that. And they don't have like an introductory course. Like we had an introductory course. You read Sex Chronicles 1, Sex Chronicles 2, Addicted. You read Sisters of APF.
Baby.
You read Coldest Winter Ever. Baby. You read like you had an introductory course. We had
Yes.
Hey, no, why you bullshitting? Because I don't remember which Zane book it was, but it was like the sex club scene. And when I tell you, every time I go to TNG, TPC, whatever club, I really be hoping it be some shit like that's about to fucking pop off. Like, ooh, I really hope it be popping off like that. But even though I know it hasn't, I don't think I've been any party got close to what that book was doing. I'm like, damn, dog, I really wish shit. We went from, because we nerdy niggas, right? We talking about the books we read.
Oh, wait, because I was going to give Zane her props because the reason why I enjoy oral sex and do the things that I do is because of Zane. Mm-hmm. Very step-by-step tutorial is in her book.
You want to know something that is surprising about Zane? Like, Zane is...
A slut-shamer?
A slut-shamer?
It's wild. That's
the main thing. I'm like, wait. What?
She slut-shamed this girl online once, and I was like, wow.
Why are we slut-shaming?
We're just living after you, ma'am. You wrote a whole book about a sex-addicted woman who was having sex with random people in elevators.
You wrote a book about...
What?
You wrote a book about a woman that had multiple personalities. That one of the personalities, the main personality is a virgin, but the other one is a whore. And so she wakes up like, why am I naked? Whose nigga is this? What? And whether it's slut. That is one of the things that I was like.
Never meet your heroes. That's why they say that.
That is why they say never meet your heroes. And the internet has made us meet so many.
Yeah.
Never meet your heroes because sometimes the niggas be wilding. Luckily for me, Eric Drum Dick has moved on to the upper room before some shit about him came out. So, I don't think what book it was, but it was called, I want to say Desires.
No, that's the name of the club in Houston.
Okay, but never mind. But he wrote a book about a club about sex club, whatever. I maybe wasn't desirous, but if I ever get the money to open
I think
up,
it's called pleasure.
no, that's about old girl fucking the twins. Not her twins, but she fucked a set of twins.
I know.
Okay. No, that is a wild fantasy to have. Well, like, no, let me take it back. Like,
is it though?
Like, wait,
I don't think it's that wild.
Wait, for like women is not really, because like y'all can have a threesome with two twins, and it don't be as weird. Cause niggas like, oh yeah, I want to fuck some twins. Like, are you gonna have them do like kiss each other? Like, cause she's kissing. That's a sister. There.
I mean,
like,
it could be the same way that it operates between a woman having fucking twins, the same way that it would operate with a man fucking twins.
I'm here for it.
But why is that weirder? Do you know how many men have the mother-daughter fantasy?
Oh my God.
That doesn't stop any.
Yes. I'm for her moment. Yes.
I never had that fantasy, but I have always wondered, if I fuck you, then I fuck your sister, do the pussies feel the same?
Go to hell, TJ.
I'm not talking about fucking
please.
Go straight to hell.
Please, do not pass go.
I'm the bad guy. Okay, you're right. I'm the bad guy. Go. You talking about fucking twins, but...
Next question.
I fuck you and your sister, your pussy feel the same. That's the line, huh? All right.
You don't see the difference? Never mind. Next question.
We get to that one later. How do your nerdness show up in your vanilla life?
I wear anime. So when I was teaching, it was all over because I had like a Doctor Who lanyard, and I'd wear anime shirts to school. I'd sit there and talk to my kids, and we'll be down. I had this one student who I hope never sees this podcast. I don't want my kids to ever see. But we used to go in on the fact that Sailor Moon could beat Goku. And it has been proven multiple times that Usagi beats Goku, and I don't want to have this conversation with you.
That's not even a conversation we have.
Okay.
Mine is, it shows up me like, I wear a bunch of anime t-shirts. I have a couple anime songs on like my workout playlist. Because I don't know, I just be riding my bike, and then we go from They Not Like Us to the Demon Slayer theme song, or Rumbling. Wild. There are times like I really like Attack on Titan because it's just a dope ass story. Aaron is right. It's just a dope ass story, and like there's like a playlist of their theme songs, and it wasn't like I stumbled across. I'm like, yo, a lot of these shits really do be banging, because when you hear it, you're just in a scene, and like it's dramatic. Then I'm not finna sing the words, whatever. Like the song comes on the background, and it's like the art and shit.
I was ready for you to lead into this Japanese song. I really was.
Oh, don't worry. It's not gonna happen here.
Darn.
And like, so that's like how it goes. I'm talking to my best friend because I'm stopping poetry. Like I'm finna stop doing poetry. But like the song I want to come up to, whatever last time, is like this piece of rumbling, like, you know, like no. And then for people who know, they know, and hopefully they go stand up and they sing that shit out too. It shows up in my wallet too, because I buy comics like twice a year, but 2 times a year, because I get graphic novels. I get a bunch of them at a time. I hate to see Gulf Coast comics. I hate seeing Bedrock comics, because my Bank of America card's finna go to work, and I'm gonna be like...
Shout out to Brian at Gulf Coast Comics, because...
I can't eat this Ninja Turtle comic book.
Who needs food?
I do.
My family.
I don't know.
I need this food. Okay. So we're about to wrap up.
You didn't even ask me.
Oh shit, my bad, Sherry.
You know how many times he forgets me?
I do not forget you.
I get forgotten, so don't worry.
I don't. Okay. Your nerdiness show up in your life. Okay, well now we're humming and humming. All right.
Okay, so the way it shows up for me is this could be interpreted as probably like a mental disorder, but I
Gang.
very much like fantasize in my head like I'm like the girl in the book. Like I kind of go about my day-to-day life as if somebody's watching, and I'll often narrate my day to
I was
myself.
just gonna ask you if you have a narrator.
I do.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So when I'm talking, because have you ever been asked that question? Like when you talk to yourself in your head, or when you're talking to yourself through a task, are you me, I, she, or we?
Oh, it depends on the task.
I'm she. Before. Oh shit, she forgot to. Or I speak to myself. Oh shit, Sherry, you forgot to do. Like that's how I talk to myself in my head.
It depends. It depends on the task. Ooh, have you ever? Okay, because there are people who don't have an inner monologue.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's weird.
I can't. There are also people who don't dream in color.
That's also weird.
Have you ever had like one of those days where you put a fire playlist in on your headphones and now you're in a movie because you got a soundtrack?
Yes. Baby.
Now I have a soundtrack
yes.
and a narrator and it's a good fucking day.
Yes.
It's a movie with, I don't say Will Ferrell and Queen Latifah. I don't remember the name of the movie, but like Queen Latifah is helping this woman write this book. And Will Ferrell is the character in the book. And so you hear the woman writing, and he's like, da 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 da. He's like, wait a minute, that's my house. Why are you destroying my house? And then, like, some kind of way, the book becomes real life, and he runs into this woman, and she was a baker, and he got her flowers. But it was like bread flour, cake flour, all-purpose flour. He got her flowers. And I was like, yo, that is dope as shit. At one point, when I wanted a bakery, I was like, I would love if someone just buy me some flowers. But it was... But, as you see, the nerdiness
knows no bounds.
No bounds, and we runs off on tangents. Oh, shit, we do this at the beginning. Please like, subscribe.
Follow, share. Turn your notifications on.
We are on IG now. We on TikTok. We don't judge on TikTok. What's IG?
We don't judge _podcast.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
I don't know either. Look up We Don't Judge.
Yeah.
We on YouTube also on We Don't Judge. And whenever I figure out RSS feeds, we will be audio one day. Thank y'all for coming and enjoying this episode. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Kink responsibly.
Oh, always kink responsibly. Please do. Oh, wait, shit, I'm tripping. How long we been up here? Life is too short to be miserable. If you're not happy, leave. But don't leave your kids or prison. You gotta sit that shit out, yo.
You do this every 2 weeks, he says?